Snip. Ah, yes, the clipping of a single leaf could lift an arrangement from mediocre to spectacular. My smile grew as I took in my masterpiece. Not a single petal or leaf out of place, the flowers curling delicately together like they grew that way. I took a final inhale before applying my mask. The scent was so sweet, almost intoxicating.
Almost perfect.
I murmur lovingly to the blooms, my now gloved hands caressing the petals and leaves.
Almost.
I pull out the small glass vial, but check my mask before I uncork it. It looks so dainty and delicate in my hand, yet its power is mighty. A drop slips between pink rose petals. Another soaks into the heart of a gerbera daisy, and a final one settles into a frilly carnation.
Now,
I whisper, the glass vial clinking back into its place among my tools.
you're perfect now.
The arrangement was pink, vibrant, and full of life. The perfect gift for a perfect young girl from her perfect father.
Are you done yet?
A sharp voice interrupts my thoughts.
Dr. Robertson is waiting.
Just wrapping up.
I call back cheerfully, not bothering to glance behind me at the girl who worked at the cash register. All I'd see is bored eyes rolling back in a boring face. Teenagers always thought they ruled the world. I took my time wrapping the arrangement. First, a protective plastic covering, and then the bright wrapping paper, topped with a frilly pink bow. The wrapping itself was a piece of art, the perfect concealment for the bouquet underneath. The good doctor did not like to wait. That much was clear by the way he grumbled about it when I presented him with the package.
How do I know it's even good?
He looked down on me critically, but I returned his look with a pleasant smile.
If it isn't, you know where to call.
He all but ignored my response, paying and leaving the shop quickly. I glanced at the girl by the register, who didn't notice as she texted away on her phone.
I'm all done.
I said, and she barely acknowledged me. I took a deep breath when I left the shop, knowing I didn't have long to get where I wanted to go. I walked quickly, making my way to one of the nicer restaurants in town, the kind where you needed a reservation.
For one, I made a reservation for 5:30.
I gave my name and was seated at my small table. I took in the small fake rose stuck in a glass vase critically and wrinkled my nose. Nice place indeed. Luckily, I had a good view. It didn't take long for a large table festooned with pink decorations to fill with guests. The star of the party seated herself at the head of the table, cozying into the chair like it was her throne. A pile of presents laid before her, a familiar package right near the front.
Daddy,
Her voice was clipped, high and bratty.
I want to open those now, before dinner.
Of course, sweetheart.
He said, and everyone turned to her eagerly. I almost scoffed. She was a child, barely 14, and she ran the adults at the table like they were puppets. Her eyes moved greedily over the presents before her, and my wrapping had done the trick, because her greedy little hands reached for that first.
Oh, I know what these are.
She smiled at her father, the good doctor, and opened the package carefully. It was their tradition, apparently, for her to get flowers from her doting old daddy every year on her birthday.
They're so pretty.
I smiled, admiring my work even now at a distance. The flowers really were lovely, and my smile grew when she lowered her face into the blooms, inhaling deeply.
Oh, roses are my favorite.
She plucked up the largest rose, my favorite one in the bouquet, and sniffed deeply. My smile grew. She tore into the next parcel, some designer sweater that made her squeal. But at the next, she shook her head a little, as if clearing it. I watched her pink cheeks grow paler, and she looked at her dad with big eyes before suddenly collapsing onto the table in a fit. her mouth foaming. I sat back, satisfied, watching as chaos unfolded in the restaurant. While everybody was in the midst of panic, I slipped away, heading home to pour myself a celebratory glass of wine. I sat in my daughter's room, smoothing my hands over her blankets and holding her favorite stuffed bear on my lap. I wondered what Dr. Robertson was thinking, what he was feeling. The loss of a child was unlike any other. I knew better than anybody, thanks to his careless misdiagnosis of my beautiful little girl's illness, and now he would know my pain as well. He could carry the burden of loss just like I was. I finished my glass of wine slowly, looking around my daughter's room before retreating to my own. I had work to do the next day, the next week. My time would be filled with flower arrangements and bouquets. I kept the small TV on in my workspace through the week, tuned in to the news station. What a tragic story for a popular family, their daughter taken from them so suddenly. The coroner was struggling to find a cause, but I had done my work well. It had taken me years to develop the right formula, potent but hard to trace. A lot of small animals were buried in my backyard. It was a graveyard of test subjects. As I sat and watched Dr. Robertson tearfully give a short interview on the local news channel, yet another order came in for Saturday. A big pink bouquet, a gift to give in sympathy to the grieving family. I smiled and got to work. Hundreds of flowers would be shipped out on Saturday, along with my own special touch. I am not ignorant, though. I know that something like this will gather attention, and I know that it will likely be traced to me. One dead girl is nothing, but an entire church of mourners, that will catch everybody's attention. It's all right, though. I have a plan. The flowers will be ready to ship Friday, and then I will return home. I feel at peace with the revenge I've gotten, and I'm ready to slip away and join my daughter, wherever she is. Yes, I realize I won't be around to see the results of my work, but that doesn't matter now. I saw what I needed to see in Dr. Robertson's eyes already, and that makes me happy. For now, though, I have to get back to work. There is way too much greenery among these beautiful pink flowers. Snip. Hey guys and ladies, thanks for watching. Send your story or creepypasta to the email in the description. My merch, Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, and Discord are down there too. Anything you do to help support the channel is much appreciated. Likes and up. Be good to animals, even people. See ya.
Gel, sinema, Bergsbus, Hrish.